Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a question that might seem simple but actually has some pretty fascinating layers. Just like the vegetable itself, we're talking onions. Specifically, red onion versus yellow onion. You see them in the grocery store, you chop them up for your meals, but have you ever stopped to wonder if one is actually healthier than the other? Red onion or yellow onion, which one is healthier? You might be surprised how different their benefits are. We're going to put these two culinary workhorses head to head, examining their nutritional profiles, the unique health benefits each one brings to the table, and even how their distinct properties make them better suited for different types of dishes. Is the vibrant hue of the red onion a sign of superior health power, or does the humble yellow onion hide some secret wellness weapons? It's not just about flavor, folks. It's about making informed choices that can contribute to your overall well-being, one delicious meal at a time. So get ready to unpeel the facts with us. We'll explore everything from antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds to fiber content and gut health. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which onion might be your personal health champion, but you'll also have a newfound appreciation for these amazing alliums. Let's get into it and find out which onion reigns supreme in the health department, or if it's a delicious draw. Alright, let's kick things off by getting down to the nitty-gritty, the nutritional comparison. When we talk about what's inside these everyday veggies, specifically looking at a standard 100-gram serving, some interesting differences start to emerge. First up, let's talk about red onions. These vibrant bulbs tend to be a bit of a powerhouse when it comes to certain nutrients. Per 100 grams, red onions generally boast a higher fiber content compared to their yellow counterparts. Beyond fiber, red onions also tend to edge out yellow onions slightly in protein content. Then there's the star player for red onions' antioxidants. While both types contain antioxidants, red onions, particularly due to their deep color, are often richer in certain types, which we'll explore more later. Now let's shift our focus to the familiar yellow onion, the workhorse of many kitchens. One of the first things you'll notice nutritionally is that yellow onions generally contain more water. This higher water content contributes to their slightly milder flavor profile when raw and can make them feel a bit lighter. This higher water content in yellow onions also often correlates with fewer calories per 100 grams. The combination of higher water content and fewer calories also plays into how yellow onions are perceived in terms of taste and digestion. So, to sum up this initial nutritional face-off, red onions bring more fiber, a slight edge in protein, and a promising antioxidant profile to the table. Yellow onions, on the other hand, offer higher water content, fewer calories, and are often perceived as lighter in taste and potentially easier to digest. Are as bold as their color. Now let's turn our attention to the ubiquitous yellow onion. One of the standout compounds found generously in yellow onions is quercetin, a powerful flavonoid antioxidant. Quercetin has garnered a lot of attention in the scientific community for its impressive array of health-promoting activities, particularly its ability to reduce inflammation and act as a potent antioxidant. One of the most well-documented benefits of quercetin is its anti-inflammatory action. It works by inhibiting the production and release of histamine and other inflammatory mediators in the body. Beyond its anti-inflammatory prowess, quercetin has also been linked to cardiovascular health, specifically in its potential to help lower blood pressure. Yellow onions, through their quercetin content, can be a tasty way to support this. They are also a fantastic source of prebiotics, particularly in the form of fructans, including inulin. These fructans in yellow onions play a crucial role in promoting a healthy gut environment. A thriving gut microbiome supported by prebiotics from foods like yellow onions is linked to a whole host of health advantages. So, by enjoying yellow onions, you're actively cultivating a healthier internal ecosystem. In summary, yellow onions bring a wealth of health benefits to your plate, primarily driven by their high quercetin content, which fights inflammation and supports heart health, and their rich supply of prebiotic fructans, which nourish your gut microbiome. We've explored the individual nutritional profiles and health benefits of both red and yellow onions, and it's clear that both are fantastic additions to a healthy diet. But now, let's put them side by side and consider scenarios where you might consciously choose one over the other based on specific health goals or sensitivities. It's not always about which one is better overall, but which one is better for you in a particular context. So let's say you're looking for a stronger immune boost. In this scenario, the red onion might be your preferred choice. As we discussed, red onions are particularly rich in allicin and other sulfur compounds, which have demonstrated potent antibacterial and antiviral properties. They also boast higher levels of certain antioxidants like anthocyanins. These components work synergistically to support your immune system. Now let's consider another common concern: a sensitive stomach or digestive issues. Some individuals find that raw onions, particularly the more pungent varieties, can cause discomfort, gas, bloating, or heartburn. If this sounds like you, then the yellow onion might be the gentler and more agreeable option. Yellow onions, especially when cooked, tend to be milder in flavor and are often better tolerated by those with sensitive digestive systems. The cooking process mellows out their pungency significantly, breaking down some of the sulfur compounds that can be irritating and converting their natural sugars into sweeter, less aggressive flavors. So, when making your choice, consider your immediate health priorities. For a robust immune kick, red onions are a fantastic go-to. If you're prioritizing digestive comfort, yellow onions, particularly when cooked, are an excellent choice. Beyond their health benefits, the practical application of red and yellow onions in the kitchen is largely dictated by their distinct flavor profiles and how they behave when cooked or used raw. Red onions are often characterized by their sharp, somewhat spicy, and more assertive flavor, especially when consumed raw. This pungency can be a delightful addition to dishes that benefit from a bit of a kick, or a strong aromatic presence. Their beautiful deep red or purple color also adds incredible visual appeal, making them a favorite for garnishes and dishes where appearance is just as important as taste. Because of this vibrant color and assertive raw flavor, red onions are absolutely fantastic in raw preparations. Think of thinly sliced red onions in salads, adding a zesty crunch and a pop of color. They are indispensable in fresh salsas, guacamole, and as a topping for tacos, burgers, and sandwiches. When it comes to cooking red onions, they do mellow out somewhat, but they tend to retain more of their characteristic onion bite compared to yellow onions. They are great in quick cooking applications like stir fries, where you want them to maintain some of their texture and distinct flavor. Now let's talk about yellow onions, often considered the all-purpose cooking onion. When raw, yellow onions can actually be quite pungent, sometimes even more so than red onions initially. However, their claim to fame is how dramatically they transform with heat. As yellow onions cook, their sulfurous compounds break down, and their natural sugars become more concentrated and caramelized, resulting in a wonderfully sweet, mellow, and deeply savory flavor. They are the backbone of countless soups, stews, and stocks, providing an aromatic base that enriches the entire dish. In essence, if you're looking for a bright, sharp, colorful punch, especially in raw dishes, red onions are your go-to. If your recipe calls for a sweet, mellow, deeply savory onion flavor that develops with cooking, or a foundational aromatic base, then yellow onions are almost always the superior choice. So after unpeeling all these layers of information on red and yellow onions, what's the final verdict in this nutritional and culinary showdown? The truth is, as is often the case in nutrition, there isn't one single definitive winner that outshines the other in every single aspect. Both red onions and yellow onions are incredibly nutritious and offer a fantastic array of healing properties in their own unique ways. Red onions, as we've seen, truly shine with their higher levels of certain antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins, which contribute to their vibrant color and offer potent anti-inflammatory and heart-protective benefits. Their richness in sulfur compounds like allicin also gives them an edge in terms of antibacterial and antiviral activity, making them a great choice for bolstering your immune system. On the other hand, yellow onions are champions of quercetin, another powerful flavonoid antioxidant with significant anti-inflammatory and cardiovascular benefits. They are also excellent sources of prebiotic fructans, which are crucial for nurturing a healthy gut microbiome, a cornerstone of overall health. Therefore, our top recommendation and the real final verdict is to embrace diversity and include both red and yellow onions in your diet. By incorporating a variety of onions, you ensure that you're getting the full spectrum of beneficial compounds that the allium family has to offer. Each type provides a unique profile of phytonutrients, and by eating both, you maximize your intake of these health-promoting substances. Think about how you can easily achieve this. Perhaps you use red onions for your salads, salsas, and as a fresh topping during the week, while yellow onions form the base of your cooked dishes like soups, stews, and stir-fries, where you want that sweeter, more developed flavor. The key is to make a conscious effort to vary your choices. Alright everyone, that's a wrap on our deep dive into red versus yellow onions. As we've seen, it's not really about one being definitively better than the other. Both of these amazing vegetables bring a powerhouse of unique nutrients and health benefits to your plate. Red onions are fantastic for that antioxidant punch from anthocyanins and those immune-boosting sulfur compounds, while yellow onions shine with quercetin and those gut-loving prebiotics. So the real winner here, it's you, when you choose to include both in your diet. My biggest takeaway for you today is to embrace variety. Don't feel like you have to pick a side in the great onion debate. Instead, think about how you can incorporate the strengths of both. Maybe red onions in your salads and fresh dishes, and yellow onions as the savory base for your cooked meals. The more diverse your intake of fruits and vegetables, the wider the range of protective compounds you're giving your body to work with. It's all about making those smart, simple swaps and additions that add up to big health wins over time. So go ahead and enjoy the distinct flavors and benefits that both red and yellow onions have to offer. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful and informative. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you did. And as always, stay curious, stay informed, and stay healthy. We'll see you in the next one.